taking the matter up serious to make sure that they are given the proper support. When you are giving their names and their individual careers, some of them are artists, are singers, some are young models, are not just people that are on the street, are people that are really trying to make life better, as you see to them. So you could see then that whatever happened there is a destruction of future. It's not only them, is the rest of the women. I then make a call to the Commission, I repeat it here, that this month should really not just be August. We must make 12 August, Premier, or every month must be August when it comes to the South African police. Making the call to say, while we are policing and while we make sure that South Africans are safe, but we put a double effort when it comes to women and children. That's a call, Commissioner, that I'm glad that about 90,000 of your police have been trained to be the first officers on the front desk when it comes to gender-based violence. They just need to understand that those women, they need all the care, they need all heart to be taken care after they've been abused, and don't give them the second abuse there. So it's important. It's important that police, when an abused woman comes to the police station, is really taken care of. She's not told to go back home to negotiate. We are not negotiators. They must be arrested. They must be given the privacy that is supposed to have, supposed to enjoy. I was very impressed yesterday when I was in Alex police station, where the victim center is. Next to it is a social worker, next to it is a doctor. I think all our police stations must take cue of what we saw yesterday at Alex. So they are all together. It's not just a social worker, it's not just a police, but they all work together. So it's one thing that we really want to improve, and we want to do our best to work on the questions of abused women and children. One question was raised this morning of the shortage of rape kits in one station. We want to affirm of the answer that there are no shortage of rape kits in any station. Indeed, because of procurement on that one too, we had a tough time on it, and we were instructed by the President on never again, and we are not going to allow that to happen. We are looking after that, but the top 30 stations that have high rape and abuse of women are even given extra cash to look after that, so that they don't go through the red tape and all that. They immediately respond. So we can sit here and unequivocally say we have these rape kits is one thing that we are taking care of. And overall, we are making a call on the police wherever they are. We have some negative responses from the community. Let's work hard to improve the working relationship with the communities. As it happened in Alex, where we had a very good relationship, so that's why it was easy to respond on the matters that took place. That the next morning, 12 people were arrested and they're in court. So that's a working relationship that we have been instructed by the President in two zonas, but other structures like the panel of experts under Professor Africa to say police will have to work hard to improve their working relationship with the communities. Hence, Premier, we are here. We are meeting other premiers. We will be meeting you formally again. I have met several premiers to say, can we work together on these things of crime? South Africans just need to be safe, and they need to feel safe. and we're committing ourselves that we'll put our shoulder that happens. Thanks very much, the General from Northern Cape.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Minister. After the Minister's address, it's over to the members of the media. We are opening for questions, which will be taken by the panel. Before we do that, before I ask you to introduce yourselves, let me introduce myself properly. I am Masemola, I'm Major General Masemola, my home Peters. That should ring a bell. So we're going to request those who are going to ask questions to please.
If there are questions.
If there are questions, you don't have to. So if you really have to, you will raise your hand, introduce yourself and the media house where you come from and state your questions. I'm sure you know the drill. Let's not repeat questions. If somebody has already asked, there's no need to repeat. So any hands? I've looked at you, Alex. I'm going to start this side with Alex and then Ofente and 3, 4, and Samantha. Let's start with Alex.
Alex Mitchell, News 24. I've got 2 serious questions, but I'll just put them first to the panel. Just on the Tavern shootings that we've been witnessing as of late, have these investigations revealed the motives behind some of these shootings? Are we looking at random mass shootings in taverns, or are we looking at possible extortion or assassinations where bystanders get caught within those groups? Looking at Krugersdorp, obviously it's suspected that these suspects were most likely Zama-Zamas, which also goes back to the question is what has been done around that? I know that has been a problem for quite a while, and there definitely has been a war between these illegal miners as well. Is SABC looking to work with the miners, the mine owners? Are we rehabilitating these areas as opposed to just leaving them alone so that illegal miners can come through and that's where this warfare takes place? And just in general, I know we've got an update on crime and we've had these new appointments, but does management believe that police are currently equipped to deal with crime? It does, it feels like we're forever saying this, but it just always feels like it's getting more and more out of hand. The shootings, the killings, the rapes, it just feels like it's getting worse and worse. Do police have the resources to deal with this, or are we losing this fight? Thank you.
Thank you, Alex Officer.
Thank you very much. Minister, this question is related to Zama-Zamas. As you know, it's been an issue that has been going over time in the past few months. Most of the communities are actually seeing some of the violent crime to Zama-Zamas. Is there a plan, similar to this question, to actually tackle this issue? Because it seems to be, everywhere now, especially in mining communities where there are mines and the issue of copper as well. And there seems to be a volatile situation unfolding in Tembisa where there are some unconfirmed reports of a police station being torched there, and also one of the protesters has just been shot. Maybe an update in terms of intervention to assist the EMPD to contain the situation, please.
Thank you, Officer.
That was Moto from Higher FM. Commissioner, I just want to find out, relating to how you're tackling crime within communities, what's the relationship or the updates regarding police stats, working with community policing forum, as well as is there any kind of interaction with police, with private security companies in trying to zoom in on how to assist communities with crime? Did I Scopita from the Citizen? Commissioner, we just want to get an update on the Palapala scandal. The whole thing about even what we can
affidavit on the Palapala matter. But number two, in that affidavit, it is reported that the matter was reported through the head of Presidential Protection Unit, but it does not say that the case was open. Don't you find it strange that at the time when you were the Deputy National Commissioner should have advised that a criminal case be opened on the matter, if that is your affidavit? And number three, why is it taking so long just to appoint the Provincial Commissioner of the province? More than 2 years. Surely that's not acceptable. The Northern Cape has been without the Provincial Commissioner for a very long time. And to me, it appears simple. You just go through the process of recruitment. Surely it cannot take more than 2 years to do that. What was the issue with that appointment? That would be all for now. I'll come back later for more.
Is that a threat?
Thank you very much for the questions. I'll give over to the panel. Not sure if the Minister of National Commission will start. The first questions were from Alex, Tavern shootings and Krugersdorp, Zamazamas. Thank you.
To do with operations and all that, I'll come later.
Thanks. On the question of the shootings around taverns, what we can say is that what we have found up to so far is not, it's not organized. There are various motives. Some motives that we still yet had to confirm. Looks like it's around the extortions, around collection of monies that we are still investigating. But there is no tavern that is linked to one another, and we will update the nation as we move forward. But up to so far, the motive that we find in most cases either drug-related or extortion-related. In terms of what is being done on Zamazamas, as South African Police Service, we have established teams in the provinces that have got mines, that is Free State, Northern Cape, Northwest, Gauteng, and Limpopo and Mpumalanga. We established these teams during May month, and there has been operations from as far as Northwest in Orkney. Even 2 weeks ago, there was an operation that netted more than 200 Zamazamas, including across up to in your Mpumalanga. We have operations that are continuing dealing with illicit mining. With regard to working with other role players, yes, we are engaging the various houses, including your Department of Minerals and your mineral councils, because these mines, yes, they belong to somebody. It's not the function of the law enforcement to rehabilitate mines. That belongs somewhere. We are only dealing with the illicit miners that we find in those areas, and there is cooperation by some mining houses with regard to the rehabilitation of these mines. The current one at Krugersdorp, the mayor there is quite cooperative in terms of going to close those, what do you call the shafts that are open in that regard. Yeah, I just explained the plan in terms of, we do have a plan in terms of dealing with, and we have established teams that are dealing with 18 districts in the whole of the country, where we have problems of extortion, problems of illicit mining, problems of copper cable. Those task teams have started working, and we have seen quite a lot of success around that. At Tembisa Police Station, I am aware that there is a protest around Tembisa about service delivery charges that they say have been increased. where they require the mayor to attend. I'm aware that the police are dealing with the situation on the ground. I'm here to be updated as to what is the status of now. Relationship of SABs and communities, yes, we have re-established some of the community police forums in certain areas because we found them to be dysfunctional, and we disbanded those, and we are re-establishing the CPFs in most of the provinces. Will be finalized that before the end of this current financial year. We also have cooperation with private security industries. We do have a project that we called E2. E2 meaning eyes and ears. That is where we have some of the security companies in certain operations room, which whenever they see crime happening, they are able and easily to link up with the police and alert us, and they assist quite a lot in that regard. On the Palapala issue, I'm sure General Libya is the best person to give update on that, but however, I am aware that he is doing an investigation in that regard, and Spamandla, I haven't seen the affidavit that is circulating, but yes, I did submit an affidavit in this regard, and confirming what, I'm not sure the one that affidavit that is flying, what it is saying, but what I can confirm is that we have picked up that there is no criminal case that has been opened, and well, General Wali Ruode, I'm sure he explained himself in terms of what has happened, and I can't answer for whoever was, if there was anybody that was supposed to open a case, that I would not be able to answer. But fact of the matter, yes, I did submit an affidavit to the public protector on questions that the public protector have raised, and yeah. As to how many people have we linked with the Krugersdorp, the people have been for up so far, all these 84, 81 that are appearing in court today, they have been found to be illegal in the country. They've been charged for being illegal in the country, and we are working on the investigation to see if some of those will be linked. The investigation will reveal whether they are linked or not linked. That is still on, but for now, they have been charged for being illegal in South Africa. There was...
The delay, I will answer that one.
Okay. No, I think that's the one. Minister. Thanks.
The delay, we are worried. So, but she's here now. What's your problem? The appointment of provincial commissioners in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. And it puts it very clear to say the national commissioner, as is appointing the provincial commissioners, will do that in concurrence with the provincial executives. Executives are led by a premier. It could be premier himself or whoever is delegated by the premier. We can say on this one that premier did sit on the panel of the provincial commissioner. So that makes life easy. If the national commissioner and the executive led by a premier, whoever is delegated or by premier himself, they don't concur, then they both come to the national minister for whatever intervention. So that's what happened. They did not concur. The national commissioner that was there did not concur with the premier, and they both came to me, and we still could not resolve it. We didn't concur. That's why I said, thanks God that we had Masemola, who understands these things now, and that's why we have a provincial commission. Premier can expand that, but we had really bad times trying to resolve the matter. Things is resolved now. The question of working with communities is that thing is legislated and is in the constitution. We are not requested as the police to work with the communities. Ours is just to make it work with the legislative structure like CPF, but there are other structures that are there matching that we would love to with the neighborhood watch and other structures. So we are encouraging, and we are working on the shortcoming of resources for these CPFs, which are things that are raised all the time to say, but there are no resources that are put by the government. We're trying to work on that. We have spoken to the chief financier of the police on the other side to see what are we getting going forward. Many platforms are calling to say, let's work with and encourage. For instance, why the member of the CPF will have, even if you volunteer, will have to use your airtime to report crime or to coordinate the meeting and all that. Why would you pay your own money for transport to the station and all that? So those are the things that even if it is not on the monetary thing per se, but you try to subsidize them, come and meet them halfway in terms of financials, so that you are able to get more people coming on board on the matter. Maybe on Zamazama's commissioner has answered that one. I don't know why people don't hear good things that police do. You know, last year, there was a big battle in Orkney Underground that took quite a long time between the police and the Zamazamas. And the police, they prevailed on that one. But 2 months ago, there was a huge operation. I don't know how many of you saw, run by our elite unit, the Special Task Force. I thought that was a legal mine. There were big machines and everything, and only discovered that the mine is illegal with all machines that were there. And our Special Task Force, together with the private security, they descended there. They even arrested the owners, and with big cars, with luxurious cars. That happened there. That clip is around there. People can see it, how they acted. We put everybody there. Special Task Force, National Intervention Unit, the helicopters, everybody was there. Dogs, everybody. So these operations are there. One operation that it was in Velcom, where this thing started, and we work very closely with the private company, the industry, the mining industry. They are very much willing to put the resources there. Minister of Minerals and myself, we have really met on this matter. We're working on it, pulling together the industry, and as we have been instructed by the President to respond on those cases, cable theft and all that, the Commissioner has explained on that, we believe we will be able to push these Zamazamas back on those places. For now, I don't know why, but the West Rand has been really experiencing brutality of them. That your Kagiso, your Krugersdorp, your Motlakeng, your Randfontein and all that. But we are responding. Special province of Gauteng, they are spending more time on the Kalmulawu and all that thing, working on those things. I don't know, Premier, if anything about the delay of your. Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much, Minister and National Commissioner. Before I open up for more questions, I just want to check with the National Head of the Hawks, General Gebia. The National Commissioner did indicate that perhaps you could respond to one or two questions about the Palapala matter.
Thank you very much, Minister, the Premier, the National Commissioner, colleagues, the media. All what I can say with regard to the matter relating to Palapala is that the DPCI is conducting investigation based on the complaint that was reported in June. So, as you will have noted, there was a complainant who deposited a statement. Based on that statement, we have already obtained 30 statements. We protect the credibility of our investigation, so we will not be indicating what is contained in the case docket. We will also not be confirming whatever is coming in the media as to whether it is part of what we are having in the case docket or not. But rest assured that every stone will be turned up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, General Gebia. Let me just check with Iranzo